Hello, friends, and welcome to my home. It is good that you have come. Today, I'm making a barbecue brisket in the slow cooker. I was at the market and I saw this cut of brisket for sale, and I purchased it and did some research on this amazing recipe. The link is below. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel. And the link to this recipe is below as well. And it's an amazing recipe that takes this barbecue, peppery, vinegary barbecue sauce that is also is cooked in with in the crock pot, and then it has this double stage at the end of getting that bark on the outside of the brisket. The brisket is the neck region of the cow. It has a lot of connective tissue, a lot of marbling, a lot of fat, and because it's supporting the head and the shoulder of the cow, it can withstand this long, low, and slow cooking process without falling apart. So I hope you enjoy. Welcome to my kitchen. So sit back, relax, and enjoy watching the barbecue brisket in the slow cooker. Okay, friends, we're going to start our beef brisket with a beautiful 3 to 4 pound beef brisket. You see, it still has the beautiful fat cap, beautiful connective tissue on it. And I'm going to put a dry rub on it before adding it to the crock pot. And the dry rub really consists of brown sugar, paprika, onion powder, garlic powder, cumin, mustard powder, salt, and black pepper. And we just mix the spice blend together, rub on liberally, side and the bottom. And put it aside for about half an hour while you get the barbecue sauce together. That's going to go over the brisket. Okay. Okay, friends, the beef brisket has been sitting, marinating for only like 30 minutes because it's going to cook for a long period of time. It doesn't need to kind of marinate or anything. But I have my 1.5 cups of ketchup, and to that I am going to add my cloves of minced garlic, 2 cloves minced garlic. The recipe is below, and please feel free to subscribe. And I'm adding a 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, and my spice blend of 2 teaspoons each of black pepper, onion powder, and mustard powder. And it also has a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. And 1 tablespoon or 3 teaspoons of Worcestershire sauce. That is my barbecue sauce mix that goes in the crock pot. And then after that, it's mixed really well. Get everything in there. Then I add the brisket. I like to add the brisket fat side up so that the meat can absorb and it allows the fat to cook down into the meat. So you squish it down in there, cover, low, leave it 8 to 10 hours. I'll check it after 8 hours and we can find out how tender it is. Friends, it has been 8 hours and the beef brisket looks delicious and I think it's ready. Friends, I have taken the beef brisket out of the crock pot and I've placed it in a baking sheet. And then I took the sauce from the crock pot and put it in a fat separator. And then we go to the next step in the process. I take my beef brisket after it's cooled for just a little while and I drizzle it with oil. I'm using avocado oil and cover it. Preheat your oven to 390 degrees. After coating it with the oil, 390-degree oven for 15 minutes. Meanwhile, the beef brisket is in the oven, drizzled in oil. I take the barbecue sauce that I have strained most of the fat, not all of the fat, put it in a saucepan, bring it over medium-high heat, and cook until it is nice and syrupy. It will thicken more after it has cooked. Okay, the brisket was in the oven for about 5 minutes for 15 minutes at 390 degrees. And the sauce has gotten to a nice consistency. We basically pour over some of the sauce, baste it in. Now this goes in the oven, again, 5 minutes. Okay, the beef brisket has been in for 5 minutes with 1 layer of barbecue sauce on it. Now I put another layer of barbecue sauce on it to continue to form this beautiful bark on the outside, and it will go back in for another 5 minutes. The brisket has come out of the oven for its second time, or third time, I guess. And now I just, as every good person I've seen do with their brisket, you just cover and let it rest before slicing. The brisket has rested, it's cooled, and it looks delicious. This barbecue sauce is, I have to say, is probably the best I've ever had. Who knew? But the proper way to slice the brisket is going against the grain. And I checked before I added my sauce, and the grain of my brisket is going this way. So that means I'm going to cut this way. So here we go. I use my trusted electric knife. And here's the end product, the barbecue brisket in a slow cooker with the homemade barbecue sauce. Delicious.